Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Saki Mushtaq, founder and lead coordinator of the Global Entomologist Network. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's seminar titled Beyond the Lens Scientific Applications and Professional Opportunities in Biological Photography. Biological photography has emerged as a critical scientific tool for the accurate demonstration, documentation, analysis, and communication of biological systems across disciplines such as entomology, zoology, botany, and microbiology. Advances in microimaging, digital microscopy, and focus taking techniques now enable high resolution visualization that supports species identification, taxonomic research, and biodiversity documentation. This seminar aims to highlight how the integration of scientific observation with advanced imaging technologies enhances the precision and accessibility of biological data, with applications in research, academic publishing, field documentation, and museum digitalization. In addition, we will explore the growing professional scope of biological photography, including opportunities in biodiversity conservation, environmental monitoring, and science communication, as well as emerging interdisciplinary careers at the interface of science and biotechnologies. The Global Entomologist Network is an international platform dedicated to knowledge exchange, capacity building, and collaboration among researchers and professionals worldwide. Through such initiatives, we aim to support early career scientists and promote a scientifically informed and sustainable future. Let's begin this timely and important session. I would now like to invite the Gen Social Media and Outreach Coordinator, Ms. Asma Talib, to introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Sundar Zahid from Pakistan. Mr. Asma, please.
Thank you, Dr. Saqib. It's my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sundar Zaid, an accomplished zoologist, researcher, and educator with expertise in insect systematics and biological imaging. Dr. Sundar holds a PhD in zoology from Hazara University, Pakistan, and completed a visiting PhD fellowship at Texas A&M University, USA, where she worked in the Song Laboratory of Insect Systematic and Evolution, gaining advanced training in insect taxonomy, molecular techniques, and orthoptera biology. Her research focuses on biosystematics and molecular phylogeny of grasshoppers, particularly the family Pyrgomorphidae, and she has contributed to the development of illustrated identification keys for regional fauna. She has also been actively involved in international biodiversity initiatives, including the digitization of orthoptera, including type specimens at the Natural History Museum, London, contributing to the global taxonomic databases such as the Orthoptera species files. Currently, she serves as assistant professor and head of the Department of Zoology at Fatmatus Zohra Postgraduate College, Mansehra, with significant experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership. In addition to her academic work, she is actively engaged in biodiversity conservation, wildlife research, and scientific photography, and is affiliated with international professional bodies including the IUCN Species Survival Commission Grasshopper Specialist Group. Today she will share her expertise on beyond the lens, scientific application, and professional opportunities in biological photography, highlighting the role of imaging in scientific research, biodiversity documentation, and science communication, along with emerging professional opportunities in field. Dr. Sindhu Zaid, we warmly welcome you and invite you to take the floor.
May peace, mercy, and blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon all of you. I am so glad to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me and speaking in front of amazing audience. So I'm going to start my presentation. So, have you ever wondered what a world would look like when you shrink yourself to the size of an insect? I want all of you to imagine that today you're going to shrink to the size of an insect, a world where a drop of water will become an ocean, a world where little wing will just look like a stained glass. So this is the world which macrophotography allows us to see. And today I'm going to take you inside of it. When you talk about the macrophotography, and I told you that you are because shrunk to an insect size, so this is a little fly saying to you, hello, I am a cute little fly. So it's because we cannot see these insects from the naked eye like this beautiful thing. So when you go to the macro world, you see the things which you haven't seen in your naked eye. So when we talk about the research, so scientific research is not just text only. When you see the world of the macro, you see that now science demands details in the photography in order to understand the hidden world better. When you will see just little tiny flies or little insects, when you put them under the lens, they will just become the structure, complex structure of hairs and textures and patterns and the things you have never seen in your life. So biology is no longer studied, it's visualized, it's digitized, and it is shared globally. So the unseen world is not empty, it is waiting to be discovered. So today I'm going to talk about what is macrophotography, what is visual data and scientific research, global field research applications, what is macro and extreme macro, what are scientific foundation, imaging mechanics, how it is done, why you need macrophotography in your research, and a lot of the things which I am asked, why not cameras? So why not mobiles? So we'll be talking about that too, and professional and global opportunities and emerging entrepreneurial avenues. So what is macrophotography? So macrophotography is imaging of the microstructures which are not visible to the naked eye. Can
Excuse
you
me,
hear
Dr.
me?
Sandeep. Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you, but these slides actually displays very small. Can you please change the theme? I don't know
Okay. I
because
can
the
just
screen is
change
very
the.
the size of the screen is very short. If you can change, yeah, now it's
Can
good.
you? That is okay now.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay.
Please.
It's my bad. Maybe I just presented them side by side. Maybe it's okay now.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. Okay, so macrophotography is imaging the microstructures that are not visible to the naked eye. On my left, there is a jumping spider. Why they're called a jumping spider? They're cute, jumping around. You can see them in your houses, but you haven't seen them this big. Like you have to think that you are an insect today and you can see the life size imaging today. So it reveals 1:1, greater details. You can see the surface texture. You can see the morphological characters very clearly. You can see the true colors actually. And this is the world which will bridge the visual science and documentation. So this is a picture from my thesis. It's Poeciloceras pictus. It's just a grasshopper, and you can see the visible clear structures. So this is a fruit fly. That thing was hovering over my fruits. So I just took the picture of it. I was not knowing that they are so pretty and hairy actually. And their wings are so colorful. So it's just because of the macro photography, I can see that I am not going to let them again sit on my fruit actually. So this is the picture of a weevil. You people see weevil all of the time, but the beauty of the weevils you can just see in the macro. Why visual data is critical in modern research. So, when you talk about the research, we have told and we have just seen that science is not longer text only. Now, journal demands high resolution images, they need clear diagnostic features, they need very strong images. And when you have the strong image, it will explain the morphology very clearly. It will explain the structures very clearly, and it will strengthen your argument and taxonomy and ecological studies. Also, it will increase the rate of the acceptance in very high demanding journals. So how it is done, scientific foundations and imaging mechanics, that how we do it. So when we talk about the scientific foundation, I'll just talk about the optics. There's a lot to talk about, but it's not the training session, so I'll just be talking about how it is done. So if we talk about the optics, the resolution is very important. The image resolution is the ability to distinguish the fine details. And lighting play a very important role. In macro photography, we will just capture each and every part of the insect body, if even their eyes and hairs and other part of the bodies. We have to take multiple images, which I will just tell you after this slide is gone. So we use visionary LK digital systems. They are specially designed systems which are used for the macro. And they are having high resolution cameras on it. They are having macro lenses, microscopic macro lenses. There are a lot of variety of macro lenses. And they're having macro rails, which will just move the camera to the extreme fine steps, and they will take the pictures. So this is how we take the images systematically, and that is very essential for the scientific documentation. And without macro images, many characters remain undocumented. So this is a picture of a visionary LK digital system. I was working on one of them. Actually, I have worked upon a lot of them, but this is one of them. So you can see there's a stage where we just placed a specimen, and there's a staking rail over there, and we attach the camera with it, and the camera will move upside and downside, and then it will take the shots. And alongside we have heavy flashes. The lightning setup is very heavy, which we use for the pictures. If the picture is very small, if you're going to take the picture of the genitals or very small insects, you have to take the picture and you need a very heavy lightning. And it will depends upon the size of the insect. Like if it is very big, then the lightning we will be adjusting along that. So this is one another LK system. This is for the 3D macro photography and filming as well. So we use it to film the 3D structures and also the videos for macro photography. So shortly how it is done, we just pin the specimen, or if it need drying or rehydrating, we use that. And after that we clean the specimen. Insects are the most dirtiest creatures I have ever seen, because a little insect, because they're so hairy, when you put them under the lens, they are so filled with dust that it takes sometimes hours to clean that dust from a brush. So it takes a lot of time to clean them. After that, we pin or dry whatever we need. And for stacking, we take 70 to around 300 photographs of one specimen. It depends actually. So if you're going to extreme macro, you just go up to 600 sometimes pictures, and then you stack them together. So it's not just one picture. You need to take 70 to like how many you want, depends upon the picture you want to take. And then these pictures are stacked by softwares, and then they are processed. So when we do the focus stacking after that, like I told you, we take the multiple pictures at the different focus levels. On this picture, you can see like I have just put a lot of pictures down, just ensuring you to see that there are a lot of pictures, and then we just focus stack them together. When we merge all the pictures in softwares, this is called this stacking. So we stack the pictures together, and clarity comes, and clarity is not captured in one shot, but it's built layer by layer. So Helicon Focus or Zerine Stacker, we use any of these, both are good. You can use any of them. So this is how stacking looks like. So in this image, you can see there are a lot of blur pictures. It just take few of the parts of the insect per time, and it will just stack them together. And on the right, you can see the clear image of the picture. Global field and research applications. So where you can use the macro photography. So When we talk about the macrophotography, actually the research depends upon the macrophotography now. Scientific research, biological research, taxonomic research, it just depends upon the macrophotography now. So biodiversity documentation, they all need macrophotography. If you need the pictures of the eyes, antennae, wings, genitals, any other organs, and diagnostic characters, if you want to build the keys, you need the macrophotography for that. We use that for the morphological comparison among the species or between different species, and morphological changes between the same species. Also, the one thing which I am doing a lot is the type specimen documentation, because museums around the world are having billions and billions of insect species which are not being documented, and they're just saved over there in the drawer. So we use macrophotography for that type. Specimens are very important. And we also use macro for behavioral observations like feeding, mating, oviposition, and a lot of other. Without macro images, many characters will just remain undocumented because no camera and nothing can see the pure picture of that. So I like bumblebees a lot. I have not worked upon them. This is a little story which I'm going to tell you that I just took this picture of a bumblebee. I don't know why I like them. I just think they are fuzzy and cute. So, but when you look at this picture, you will not notice anything that this is very interesting or special about that. But I focused on the hind leg, and what I saw was that. I didn't know what was that. I just posted that on my LinkedIn profile, and I got a message that, hey, doctor, what is the things on the scope of the your fuzzy bee? I said, I don't know, maybe for collecting pollen. So he said that no, he was a professor from London. So he said, no, there might be some new kind of mites or eggs. Can you send some few more pictures about of that? And I say, yes, sure, I can send you more pictures. And now we are working upon that. So just from this picture to the research opportunities, it's just like you cannot see the picture, you cannot see these things actually in the hind leg here in this picture. But when I focused, I just found out that there's something attached to the scope of the leg. So this is another picture. A professor from Pakistan was working upon the centipedes, and he sent me the specimens to photograph for him. And he said, thank you, doctor, that this is a new species of a centipede. We have discovered that. And I don't know what were the characters. They know, obviously, they are working upon the centipedes. So this is how you get the opportunities, and you see there are special few characters which can only be seen through the macro lenses. So this is the second story. Um, and the journals now all require sharp focus. They need correct color balance, clean background. They should be scale, and professional macrophotography ensures all of them actually. So the students which I have seen submitting the pictures of the macrophotography, I have seen that the journals have never rejected their papers. Actually, acceptance rate is very high. A weak image, I have seen very good papers being rejected due to weak images. And maybe most of you have also noticed the same thing. And maybe some of you have gone through the same thing, that pictures are very bad. Sorry, we cannot accept. So if the picture is very, very good, the things are very clear, it's like objection is very rare. Now, also for the students of the master's and MPhil and PhD, the thesis is like permanent scientific record. So images should be worthy of it. So thesis quality depends upon the picture. If you're working upon this, especially if you're working upon entomology, you need good pictures. So thesis quality and presentation need good pictures. So you need macrophotography for that. And the examiner will understand long-term archival value, and a student will be benefited because they will be building strong research portfolios. They are competing internationally. If your picture is very good, you can compete internationally, and you can work globally with the global scientist. So the question which I am asked a lot, why not just use mobile cameras? iPhone is very best. I don't know, a lot of iPhones have come and they are just saying that they are having very good cameras and they can compete. And I say, okay, now we'll see. So, what is the problem with the phones? So, they are having blurry, low resolution images. They don't focus upon the lightning. The lightning is not set. A lot of diagnostic characters cannot be seen through the iPhones. And a lot of journals reject the pictures because they are taken from the phones. So, professional macro photography, we do the focus stacking. Like we take, I told you, like hundreds of pictures of one thing, and then we stack them together. And you can see the true colors, you can see the scientific framing, proper lighting skills. So, research just demand precision, it's just not the pictures. So, now look at this picture. This is a picture of the fly that is taken from the phone versus a picture taken from a macro lens. Can you think that any phone can take that picture? Can you just send any emoji or something like, I can see my audience is alive? Like it's just like I am talking. So no, the answer is no. Actually, the phones cannot take like pictures like that. So this is the simple beetle and under the macro lens. So this is a cuckoo bee. I love the cuckoo bees because of their dominant colors. So this is a picture taken from macro lens. So you can see a lot of pictures they are taken by me. So the macro studio, I am the owner of the macro studio. This is my own studio where I just take the pictures and I take the pictures for the students and professors from all around the world. So this picture I just took yesterday. It's a dung beetle, a sort of dung beetle, and it is mesmerizing actually. So, what is extreme macro? So we have talked about the macro photography. Now talk about what is extreme macro. When we say extreme macro, it means like you go extreme towards just one character. Like if you're just going for the eyes, like you can see this picture focused upon the eye, and you can see so beautiful colors true to the life colors, which we cannot see from our naked eye, that the flies can have so pretty eyes. Like this is a picture of a common house fly and magnified from the macro lens. You can see the ommatidia so clearly, like you can take out a lot of characters from them. This is a picture which I took. It's a hawk moth actually, and it just came in my room. It died, and I just took the picture of the hawk moth. You can see the clear proboscis of the fuzzy bee, which I took, which I told you about before. So this is also a picture of a cuckoo bee. So can you think that mobile cameras can capture the pictures like this? So the answer is no. Only macro photography can do that. So you can see the cuckoo bee. That is a very cute, and its name is so cute. I don't know why they're called as cuckoo bees, but they are very fuzzy and cute. So this is a not a housefly, but it's, I think so, it's a parasitic fly, and it is a macro photograph, and that is extremely pretty. You can see fine details of each hairs on the body of that fly. So these are fruit flies, which I took under my lens. Now we'll be talking about professional and global job opportunities and entrepreneurial avenues, how they will help. So museum curation roles. So I have been working around most of the museum around the world. I have worked in London Natural History Museum, Canadian National Collections, McGill University, Texas A&M. I have worked in Natural History Museum, USA also. So I have seen that there are ongoing demand for the photographers all of the time because the museums are having billions and millions of species just lying there in the drawers, and they need imaging specialists for that. Actually, now they're funding a lot of people to come, the macro photography specialists to come and picture the specimen for them. So there's ongoing demand for the imaging specialists in the museums and professional digitized collections. There are a lot of collections, not just the museums, but there are a lot of collections where they need imaging specialists, manage archives, and they need to support global research. And biosecurity and quarantine, they need to identify their very crucial pest, and that is very critical. So imaging help them, the experts, like invasive species from the borders, and the single correct identification protect entire ecosystem. And yes, they need a lot of macrophotographers for that. Also, what you can do is you can establish your own labs. Like I have established my own lab in my country, and I am just facilitating all of the students and professors from Pakistan and internationally also. They send me their specimens, and I took the pictures for them, and it saves them a lot of time actually. So also, you can train the researchers, you can develop your imaging protocols, and you can start the conservation project globally, because there are a lot of species in one country which are not present in the other country, but the researchers need them. So they can collaborate between the research projects through macro. And after that, a lot of macro photographers, which I personally know, have taken a lot of pictures that they have made their own books and field guides and identification manuals having just their pictures in them. And they're so pretty that there's a book and you can just open the book and they're just pictures, and you can see that book for a whole day. Actually, there's nothing to read. It's just beautiful insects and beautiful pictures. So there's where your photography becomes the educational impact. So you can do that. And biological photography is not more than a skill. It's a bridge between the science, conservation, and global understanding. And beyond the lens lies not just beauty, but responsibility. And macro photography is not just photography. It's discovery. Thank you very much. You can get in touch with me. I am in the group. You can send me the messages. You can visit my website. And now questions are welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sundar Zahid, for your informative and very appealing session for all our respected participants. Now it's time for the question answer session, and we will take some questions from our respected participants. Before that, I request you that there are some questions in the chat box that you can read the questions one by one there, and then you can answer. And I
Okay.
will also request to our participants, if someone want to ask directly to our respected speaker, please, one can raise his or her hand. So I will allow to speak. And if someone want to send the questions in the chat box, please send your questions. Thank you. So there are some questions in the chat box. Please, if you can read and answer one by one. Thank you.
So I'll be answering the questions which I feel like they should be answered.
Yeah,
Okay, so there is a question which is saying that do we only go for dry preservation for macrophotography, or wet preserved specimen could also be imaged? Yes, both of them. So wet needs a lot of working because we need to dry them first, not fully dry, but because you can see the wet wings or the drop of alcohol under the lens. So you have to pat dry them first, keep them separate for some time. When alcohol is dried, the specimen is soft, but alcohol is dried, and you just put them under the camera and you go. And most of the time, when you're working in the museum, the specimens are dried over there. So they are pinned and dried. So you can take the pictures of both of them. So I'm working upon both. Um, Thank you very much. Everyone is appreciating. Thank you very much. I'm going for it. It was just one question actually. If someone want to ask Amir
there is an,
Hamza.
yeah, there is another question: how macro photography is used in ecological studies? Someone
So in
asked.
ecological study, it depends upon what are you working upon in ecology. What are you working upon? So most of the macro is uh, most of the macro photography what we are using is along like arthropods. If you're working upon the arthropods or fungi or anything in ecology, you can use that for that purpose. So it's because it's photography. So you need to see that what you are working upon. So macro photography is for smaller things, not for the bigger things. Like you cannot see the small specimens from
Yeah,
the naked eye, and you can see them.
there is another question. What kind of camera do you recommend for macro photography?
Uh, you can take any type of camera because it doesn't depend upon the camera. Actually, it depends upon the lens. So you can take any camera, any DSLR, good camera you can take, any body of the camera. But the picture depends upon the lens that which lens are you using. So macro lenses are expensive and we use the different kind of lens. So in macro photography, camera doesn't matter. All that matter is the lens.
Okay, Mr. Amir
Okay.
Hamza, would you like to ask? Please unmute yourself, Mr. Amir Hamza.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Well, first of all, Doctor, thank you so much for such an interesting session. But I would rather say it's for such an eye-opener session for all of us because we,
Thank you
even
very much.
uh, after our master's degree, we don't have to see these kind of things usually. Like most of us don't know about the antenna, the parts of mouth parts you have just displayed in your specimen. So coming about my question is like just as we have the concept of a micro and nano terms, so is there a concept of you are focusing on macro, and is there any other thing like that goes deeper into this field and like is there a power of kind of anything like magnification that works or anything like that or 10x or 100x or 400x or whatever you would say because you're expert in that, so is there anything like that?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I get you. So, when we say macro photography, it just means that you are going to take the pictures of the specimens which are not visible, uh, like a life-size image to your eye, and you just make them bigger. So, magnification depends. In macro photography, we go around like we can go up to 1000x. Like it depends. From 10x we start, and we go. If we need, like if there is a very small, like have you seen the picture of the flies? I was zooming around the eyes or metidia of the fly. So it was taken around like 200x. So if you want to go further, you can go further in the macro. But for the macro photography, we just don't use the word nano or anything. When we say macro photography, everyone, when the macro photographer will say, yeah, okay, okay. We just talk about the lens. So it's just macro. Macro means like you have to take a little thing and you have to make it bigger. It's just
Yeah,
easy.
we have another uh, from Miss Naila. I think she want to ask. Yeah, please unmute
Okay, I'll
yourself.
just read it.
Yeah, there are some
So,
questions that one of the participants shared with me, and I shared in the chat box. We will take questions from Miss Naila Skandar.
yeah.
Please unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes.
So first of all, I want to appreciate Ma'am Sundars and the remaining team. The section is really, really amazing. And as an entomology student, I love to capture the insects. But I have an Android phone, and I want to ask you that is there any separate kind of lens that we can attach in front of our mobile camera to get some like a good quality picture?
For the mobile cameras, I have not seen any macro lenses designed for the cameras actually because macro lenses are so heavy. So I have a few placed with me and I can send you the pictures. If you guys can ask, they are so heavy that you have to just fix them around the camera. So mobiles cannot carry the macro lenses, so they are so heavy. And for the macro lenses, which we use with the bigger cameras, they are heavy and they cannot be used with the mobiles. And for the mobiles, maybe you can see the mobile company if they're offering some macro, because I have seen like iPhones and I don't know the Google Pixels, some mobiles, they're offering some macro pictures, the macro imaging, but they cannot compete the macro lenses. If they can make a very good mobile camera, they cannot compete with the macro lenses, which are specially made for the macro photography. So it depends upon a lot of things when you take the pictures. It's just not like you see the insect and you just click the picture. It's not like that. But we have to see a lot of things: the lighting, the focus, the shoots, the backgrounds, and a lot of things we have to set. Then after that, we take the pictures. So apologies. I don't know. Maybe there will be, but I don't know. I have not worked with any mobile lens which is used in the front of mobile. So I have personally, I don't know about that.
Thank you. There are some questions in the chat box. If you can read and answer, please, briefly.
There's a question that how you compare it with SCM or TM. I don't know what does that mean. Can you just elaborate that terms? Because a lot of terms seem similar when you just you have to write it all so I can understand that. What advancement would you further add if you feel based on latest advancements? I have seen a lot of latest advancement because I have been working with the top museums of the world, so they have the latest technology. In Pakistan, we need a lot of things. So if you say for Pakistan, I would suggest that we should have the labs, but for the latest advancement, there are a lot of things which we need. So, do you have any experience with the microscopic imaging? If yes, what are the basis accessories and where to get them? So, microscopic imaging, yes, there are specialized lens in macrophotography. They are specialized for the microscopic images, pick macro lenses. So they depend, they go up to like 1000x and you can buy them, but they are very, very expensive. And when you have very established lab, you can slowly get those lenses and you can work upon that. And it is another question is it possible for photograph live insects without disturbing their natural behavior? Yes, the macro photographers are doing that. So we are working upon the behavior, the oviposition, and the feeding behavior. So yes, there are specialized macro lenses. They are specialized for taking the videos and the images at the same time, and we just know how to take the pictures. How you started macro photography, if you are comfortable sharing the story behind this, yes. So I am working with the Orthoptera species files. So I am the member of Orthoptera species files. That is an American organization. They are working upon the Orthoptera. So when I was doing my PhD in Texas A&M, my professor gave me a project to work upon, and I succeeded in that. So the story begins from there. So he gave me a lot of specimens to picture, and I just took the pictures. And for 6 months, I was doing nothing but taking the pictures. So I become so expert that I was called for imaging of the OSF, like Orthoptera species files. And now I get the projects and I go around the different museums of the world. They know me that I am taking pictures for a lot of museums. So they say yes. And this is a little story behind my photography. So I came from there. I opened my own macro studio lab in Pakistan because there is no lab for the macro photography in Pakistan, and students actually don't know about this thing. So I opened my own lab, and now I am like offering the services around the world. So Pakistan, yes, first of all, my own country, and after that, the other countries. Alhamdulillah.
There are above some questions. If you can please, I think you missed some questions above, like if going back, what
So for the
solution can I use for butterfly conservation?
Can you repeat the question where it is? I cannot
Yeah,
see it.
what kind of camera do you recommend for macro photography, and what is the best preservation chemical for preservation of insects? alcohol, formalin, others.
Okay. Okay, I got it. The camera, I have already, I think so, answered the question that it doesn't depend upon the camera. You can get any DSLR camera, any, and you can attach a very good macro lens. It depends upon which camera you are using. It doesn't depend upon any kind of camera. You can use Canon, you can use Nikon, you can use any other camera which you are comfortable with, but macro depends upon the lenses and how to use it. So lens is the most important than the camera when it comes to the macro. Best preservation for the insect is alcohol. You can preserve the insect live directly into alcohol. And I am not going to talk about the formaldehyde because that is not a good thing, because if you preserve your specimens in formaldehyde, they will just lose the colors. So alcohol is the best because I usually use alcohol for each and everything which I preserve. And around the world, I have never seen anyone preserving in formaldehyde. They just use the alcohol for that. So that's the best solution. Any alcohol you can use.
The next question, can you tell about
Can I use
lens magnification
what
system for
solution?
field macros?
Uh, what solution can I use for butterfly conservation? Uh, You mean preservation. Okay. For butterfly, the best thing you can do for a butterfly is just use the alcohol. Is there any other question? Um,
Yeah,
you
can you tell? Yeah, can you tell about lens magnification system for field macros?
um, if you talk about the macro lenses, for the field photography, I would just recommend 100 macro lens. Any insect you can take, like if you can if you're taking the pictures for the big insects, the 100 the any insect you're working upon, because you can just take one shot and that's your shot, that is good. But if you're going for very small, then you have to stack the pictures. Then it's like not one picture you're going to click. You have to take like hundreds of the pictures in the field, and then you can just stack them together under the softwares and then work upon that. But for the field, if I recommend for the starting students, it's just 100 macro lens for starters. That is the best, which I use.
All right.
Yes, I will
Uh,
share the PPT maybe I have shared with the sir, and maybe he will share with all of you.
Another question for the moving
Are there
specimens.
any,
Yeah, what should be done for the moving specimens during behavioral observation? If
if
both
you
for
are talking
video.
about the macro and the moving specimens, yes, I have told you that there are a lot of cameras. They are designed a stack shot system. They're specialized stack shot systems. They are designed for 3D printing, like moving specimens are captured in the real time. And there are a lot of cameras. They're around the stack shot system, and they are just taking the pictures and they are making the videos at the same time. And then you can stack them together and you can get the best result from all of the places.
Okay.
So
Uh,
yes, there are.
Another question, what you use for processing the images after capturing?
So there are two softwares actually after stacking we use. It's Helicon Focus or it's Zerine Stacker. So it is stacked, and after that you can use any processing, like you can use the Photoshop, you can use the Lightroom, whatever you are good at. You can just clean the images. Like I clean my images in the Photoshop, because after capturing there is a lot of dust, a lots and lots and lots of dust particles on the insect, and you have to go and clean them, and that is the worst part, which I hate. But after cleaning, you can see that your hard work is paid out. So it's anything you want to use. So I
Yeah,
use personally Photoshop
So,
and Lightroom, both of them.
yeah, another
Yes, we can
question.
image fossils.
Before that, is there any online courses recommended based on your knowledge so that people get professional certificates in this
Uh,
regard?
s- a lot of people have asked me this question that I can just make an online course, and it takes a lot of time to make an online course upon the macro. I have not seen any online courses. Actually, there are a lot of YouTube videos. Actually, all of the macro photography YouTube videos, I have seen each and every one of that on the YouTube, but it's not like you it take years for you to practice. Like it takes the skill takes practicing. Like it's not the thing you can just see online and you can just say yes, I can do it. So it's the thing you come and you do and then you get. So that's why I think so there is not a lot of online courses available. Maybe in future I will make one, inshallah, and you can get a professional certificate for that as well. And there's a question, can we image fossils? Yes, you can image anything. Um, okay, I think so, sir. Maybe there are more
Yeah,
questions or.
I think most of the questions we have covered, and now I request for our respected participants that they can send your questions in the WhatsApp group, and our respected speaker is there, and she will answer all of your queries there, inshallah. So, thank you very much, Dr. Sundas. Now, on behalf of
You're
our participants, as I'm the moderator of this session, on behalf of the Gen team, so I want to ask some concluding questions so that, inshallah, we will try to cover the home tech message through these questions. So, first of all, if I, on behalf of the bachelor students, I would like to ask that most of the students, if they enroll for the bachelor in entomology or zoology or some related taxonomic, or the, like if we talk about the botany, zoology, or even entomology or some microbiology, so the imaging either at macro level or micro level, students used to involve in these activities, and some students have some inbuilt abilities to go for capturing better images, so they have some potential to become a professional photographer. So what you recommend at the bachelor level for the early career students who just started their bachelor, how they uh, can become a professional photographer along with their studies. So this extracurricular skills not only help them in their studies, but they in future, like you, can adopt them as a hobby or as a part-time job or professional. So how they can steadily improve their skill in a better way when they finish their master or PhD, then along with their doctoral master degree, they have some other extracurricular skill. So please, if you have some suggestions for those, so we want to listen from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. For the starting students, I will just start with a little story of mine. When I was doing my PhD, I had a very good DSLR camera, and I have a simple lens which was attached. But the thing which I was good at was like taking photos. So I was everywhere taking pictures. Whenever I see the insect, I was taking the picture. But when I went to the USA and I showed all of the pictures to my professor, he was like, lightning is not good, this is not good, that is not okay, just go take more pictures. So it's like you can take a lot of pictures, and when you take the pictures it will eventually come clear that where you're making the mistake. So by taking pictures step by step, you can buy the lens, you can just display your picture. There are a lot of websites which just pay you by just displaying simple pictures over there. So you can just place your pictures over there, you can get paid over there also. Actually, I was searching for the websites, and I was very shocked to see that there are very bad pictures, but they're getting paid. And there are lots of website which are just offering you, just give us the pictures and we will pay you. So you can do that. The students can do that. And after, I will just recommend that try to learn the skill. I will be, inshallah, soon. I will be, just because a lot of people are asking me. I will be offering internships, inshallah, ta'ala, in near future. And if any student want to get the skill at the professional level, you can join me in my lab, and you can just learn that from me. And also, I am available in the group. You can send me personal messages if you want your photography to be best. I am professional, so I can give you the advice. If you really want to become a macro photographer, so I'll be always be there. So, but for the students which are starting, I would just recommend just get any good DSLR camera and just take any pictures. And when you're free, just go to the field, take the pictures, come identify them, make your picture library, and then you will see that you will be just getting good day by day, inshallah ta'ala.
Thank you very much. As you mentioned about some websites that they uh, paid you for your uh, images. So can you please share the links of those websites or the organizations so our students who are have some
Inshallah,
listeners in this?
maybe I'll be sharing that in the group because I
Yeah,
cannot
please.
remember all of them. I will be sharing them in the group, inshallah ta'ala.
Yeah, please. That's actually we want from you. Another question. Okay.
So
So based on from a professional perspective, how this biological photography be transformed into a sustainable career, or as someone if want to become uh, as entrepreneurship in this regard. So what the steps, step by step, how he can achieve his goal.
I think so. I have covered this question in my presentation. Um, that step by step, what you can do when you learn the macro photography skill, you can establish your own labs, you can establish your own biological facilities, you can collaborate with a lot of people and organizations sitting here, and you can collaborate with a lot of organizations overseas. It's like it works like that. So it worked for like that for me and for everyone, I think. So it will work just like that. So you can establish a lot of things. You can just train the people. You can just give the workshops. You can do a lot of things when you are a macro photographer. So when I go outside, I do give the workshops of the macro photography, how to do that, and a lot of people come and just gain the skill. So it's how it is done.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sindus. Now it's time for the last question. We want to listen from you the home tech message on behalf of today's session for all our respected participants. What is the
Thank
conclusion
you very
or what
much.
is the home tech message for today's session? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think so. There is one more question. If someone wants to avail the services, the way to contact. I'll be sharing my website, and I am in the group as well. So you can text me personally, and you can visit my website. Everything is written over there, so you can just go over there. So my last message is for the students, because I am a student from Pakistan and I know the research in the Pakistan is not that quality research which we want, because we are having a lots of amazing insects, and we have very beautiful fauna which is not being documented at the time. So we need good pictures. I know a lot of students work very hard. They work like day and night, but what they do is like they take the pictures from the cameras, and a lot of papers get rejected. Either they are having very good literature, they have very good strong arguments, they have very good research paper, but the pictures get rejected in from the journal. But when you're working upon any insect, you should just study the insect so deeply that you can just see the eyes, you can just feel the insect. And from macrophotography, you can do that. When you work upon a thing, you should just remember each and every hair upon the body of that insect as well. So macrophotography is not just photography, it's discovery. When you discover the insect and when you work upon that, and when you will learn the skill, you will see that you can just dive in the ocean. And if you want to learn, I am always available. I am always here for all of the students from all around the world, and first of all from Pakistan. So if you're working upon taxonomy, if you're working upon entomology, any arthropods, any things you're working upon, you can contact me, and I'll be always be there to help, inshallah ta'ala.
Thank you very much, Jane. Uh, uh, I think it's a wonderful, very, very informative session and a little bit different as compared to our previous sessions that we held under our Gen Forum. But I think, in my opinion, or my team, as we discussed, that this is very important if we talk about entomological or zoological research, or even we just as we discussed that there are a lot of opportunities, not only career perspective, but also as entrepreneurship. And under the umbrella of Gen, we took the initiative for the business counseling sessions or the workshops. Those are ideas related to agriculture or entomological research. I think the photography or the either macro, micro, or in general, it could be a good idea to have a workshop, not having you as a respected speaker, but also some more speakers who are expert in micro photography or in general, so that we will cover all and each aspect of photography in general, and specifically for the entomological perspective, for the career point of view, for the business point of view, and for the even services point of view, or for even as an entrepreneurship. And inshallah, together we and in collaboration with you, your organization under the umbrella of Gen, inshallah, we will have another session with multiple speakers to cover in detail, because this is just only as an introductory session, and we are really thankful that you spare your time and you join our forum to and grace the this webinar with your knowledge, with your expertise. And thank you very much again. Now it's time for the closing remarks, and I respectfully invite the Gen Ambassador, Mr. Amir Hamza, for the closing remarks. Mr. Amir Hamza, please, can you go for the closing remarks?
Thank you so much, Dr. Sakib. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And obviously, thank you for each and every participant, first of all. On behalf of Global Entomologist Network, I, Amir Hamza, would like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to Dr. Sundar Zahid for delivering an insightful and inspiring presentation on Beyond the Lens, scientific applications and professional opportunities in biological photography. Today's session, it highlighted the growing importance of biological photography as a scientific tool for the accurate documentation, analysis, and communication of biological systems. We gain valuable insights into how advanced imaging techniques support specimen identification, field-based documentation, and effective visualization of scientific data across disciplines, including entomology, zoology, botany, and environmental sciences as well. The discussion also emphasized the expanding role of visual documentation in research publications, biodiversity monitoring, and science communication, along with the diverse professional opportunities in areas such as scientific research, conservation, environmental monitoring, and academic publishing. We sincerely appreciate the active participants, our audience for today as well, whose engagement contributed to a successful and productive interactive session. Such discussions are essential for fostering collaboration, learning,